Hi, it's Landon from Chapter 4, Group 3, and in this video I will bring you to the conclusion of our chapter. So, what was this chapter all about? Well, that is what the conclusion is for. It's for reviewing and summing up what we've learned in a successful and effective way. So, what was the topic or main idea of this chapter? Well, it was nonverbal communication. Well, what was nonverbal communication? Well, nonverbal communication is a process of generating meaning using behavior other than words. Now, an example that our group used in our glossary was, he shrugged his shoulders to show that he wasn't sure. Now, this is an example of nonverbal communication because there were no words spoken, but he still got his point across through using a gesture, which was shrugging his shoulders. And by shrugging his shoulders, he showed the person whom he was talking to that he wasn't sure about something, and the person he was talking to could easily pick up what he meant, even though he said nothing. Now that I've gone over the main topic or main idea from this section, well, what else stood out? Well, to me, there was one concept that really stood out, and I showed great interest in because it didn't really fit into this chapter, and that was the concept of verbal fillers. And I already mentioned this in my last video, which was the what, so what, and now what, but it really grabbed my eye. It grabbed my eye because in this concept you are speaking, and this concept is nonverbal communication, so it didn't make sense to me why this fit in the category of nonverbal communication when you're speaking. And so through learning about it more, I grasped the idea and understood why it was in this category, because it has words that don't really have meanings like most words do. Another concept that stood out to me, which I haven't talked about yet in any previous video, was the concept of personal presentation. The definition of personal presentation is the way that we show ourselves off. Now, an example of this could be, say you apply for a job and they gave you an interview. Well, when you go into that interview, you'll wear a fancy suit or fancy clothes to show that you're serious about wanting to get that job. Now, this stood out to me because I never really thought about this idea as a concept. I just always knew to do it, because if you don't do it, you likely won't get the job, and you want to impress the people that are interviewing you, so you will get the job. Well, overall, I feel that nonverbal communication is a very effective way to communicate. Now, I feel this way because I feel that it's effective because it's very time efficient. Now, like for example, if you're in a hurry and you have something in your mouth and you just don't have time to stop and speak, and you're trying to tell somebody yes, you can easily just stick your thumbs up or make a gesture of nodding your head or something like that to get the point across of what you're trying to say. And it'll all mean the same thing. They'll get what you're trying to mean. And I don't think we realize how much we actually use nonverbal communication. I don't think we really understood the concepts that go along with it until we started going in depth about it. But now that I have, I'm glad I'm further educated about it. And I hope throughout this week that I and Group 4 have furthered your learning about nonverbal communication. Thank you.